Okay, continuing with Pirkei Avos. Yoshua ben Prachya, V'nitai ha'arbeli kiblu mehem. So Yoshua ben Prachya and Nitai ha'arbeli, they are the next generation here. And Yehoshua ben Prachya Omer, Yoshua ben Prachya says, Aseh l'chorav, provide yourself with a Rebbe, u'kanei lecha chaver, and acquire for yourself a friend. V'havedon es kol adam l'kafskos, and judge everyone in a beneficial light, in a meritorious light, and a beneficial way. Give everyone the benefit of the doubt. So let's elaborate upon each of these ideas. So first, aseh l'chorav. Aseh l'chorav. Make for yourself a Rebbe. Provide yourself with a teacher. What does that mean? So this is a very important language, that it's not enough for one to just, listen to a class here or there, but it's about finding a Rebbe that you listen to, someone to guide you, someone that you have made. In other words, there may be many Rebbeim out there may be many teachers out there, but it will only be successful if you have made that person your Rebbe. You have made that mental decision. This is who I listen to. This is who guides me. This is where I ask my questions. So without that clarity, one will not, and that acceptance and that decision of choice to stick to someone, so one will not have a full benefit of Torah. If a person can pick and choose, so he told me, he didn't tell me, I could do what I want, there's probably another opinion out there. So a person is not going to grow properly if he shops around. It's not going to be beneficial for his own character, for his own Yiddishkeit. On a deeper level, you should also appreciate that there are a lot of different ways out there. Of course, all within the confines of halacha. Even within the confines of halacha, so there are different styles. There are different styles. There were different shvatim, and there are Ashkenazim and there are Sephardim and there are Hasidim, and there are different styles, different emphasis on different things. There were different shvatim, all within the confines of halacha, but there are different styles. Now, it's important for someone to find a Rebbe that one resonates with, that one feels connected to. That is not going to happen on its own. It's not going to happen by just sitting back and waiting for that person, that Rebbe, to reach out to me. If one wants to grow properly, so one needs to make it happen. Aseh l'chorav, make him your Rebbe. Reach out and make the effort. Now, without this focus of finding someone that you resonate with, so you will not be able to deepen your Yiddishkeit. One will just go through life floundering with lack of clarity and living somewhat superficially. One could be a basically good Jew, but one will not be able to deepen one's Yiddishkeit and one's Torah learning, one's Torah experience on any significant level, unless there's aseh l'chorav, unless a person makes that firm decision. This is who I listen to. Okay. Now you can also, there can be different. You can somewhat compartmentalize. You can have someone that you feel that you really resonate with when it comes to personal matters, halachic matters. There are different emphasis and there are different specialties out there, and that's okay. But you have to be consistent. You have to be very consistent, and you may, it's certainly best if you can find one person you feel like I can just share everything with on a personal level, halachic questions, personal guidance, private matters. That's certainly the best. The more it's all in one person, that's the whole person, that's the whole package. That's certainly the best. But it has to be a decision that you make, and that is going to mean that he may say things that I don't agree with, that I wouldn't have done on my own. But this is what he's telling me to do. This is what my teacher is guiding me, my Rebbe is telling me to do. Otherwise, he's not your Rebbe. With what is it? If it has to be that I only do what my Rebbe says when I agree with it, so then I'm my own Rebbe. Okay. That's not what this Mishnah means. Aseh lecha Rav, make yourself into your own Rebbe. That's not what it means. It's important that we are able to think for ourselves, but it's also important that we understand that there are people that are more experienced, more knowledgeable, and being in their position may have a special, what we call siyata dishmaya, heavenly help to help guide people, which is something that the average person may not have. When a person is in a proper position, doing things for the right reasons, so Hashem will help. Person wants to help others, Hashem will help him help others. It's not something to take lightly. We find stories in the Gemara where some of the people in the Gemara, the Amoraim, the Rebbeim in the Gemara, on a few accounts, they gave a ruling, and they made a mistake really, but it turned out right. The circumstances changed. It worked out. When a person is in on a proper level, Hashem will help that person. So it's very important, Aseh lecha Rav, that one has to have a Rebbe. You do agree, you don't agree. This is what my Rebbe said. That's it. You're just like, you might have an opinion on your health, but you have to realize the doctor does know a little bit more than you, and the specialist knows even more. You have to recognize, just because you read a few articles in the paper, you read a few articles online doesn't turn you into a doctor overnight. They spent years learning about this. It's the same thing with Torah. It's a surgery, and there are intricacies and there are nuances. And just because you read a few books and you heard a few classes, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And having that objective perspective as well, very important. So, Aseh lecha Rav, the Mishnah is teaching us it's not enough that you have a Rebbe, but you have to make him your Rebbe. That takes work. It's not easy, because there will be a level of resistance where you don't always agree, and there will be times of uncomfortableness. But the truth is that that's what really makes us grow. If everything just always feels good, so we just kind of remain the way we are. If we just keep doing whatever feels good. Resistance and friction, inner struggle, this is something healthy for our growth, not something we should take lightly. We have struggles. We should recognize the struggle, but we have to overcome them. So it's in fact that there is a unilateral relationship, where you don't have a say really, you have to have someone above you, and that can help you grow tremendously. But it takes work. It's a tremendous work, because by nature we want to think for ourselves, and we should think for ourselves. We're inclined not to accept any authority over ourselves. We don't like authority, but it's healthy. It's healthy, and it keeps us on the straight and narrow, and it helps us grow. But it's Aseh lecha Rav, you have to make it happen. Okay, so that's the importance of Aseh lecha Rav here.